Hello everybody, it's Tina Shaw, and this evening I'm going to be making for you a card that we did in class earlier this week. And this one is using the Jar of Flowers stamp set and punch, which you can buy in a bundle and save 10%. Okay. So, you can see I've done a couple different colors. I was having a hard time deciding what background color I wanted, so I finally went with the Misty Moonlight. And so I'm just using a couple of different ones from that. So, let's get started. So I've already gone ahead and cut out my cardstock, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I went ahead and cut out a piece of that designer DSP. This is the in color for 20 through 22. And that is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And I've just gone ahead and glued that down. Now I have a piece of cardstock of Whisper White, and I cut this one out 4 by 2 3/4. And this one is going to be the one that's going to hold the jar and the flowers. So all you have to do is take your black pad, stamp the jar like that, and then I'm going to stamp the stems for the flower in the jar, and I'm going to try to line that straight end up against the lip of the jar right there, or one of the little curvy pieces, I guess it is, from the jar. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp the flowers. Now the flowers, I chose the daisies because I just think they're so cute, and the yellow and blue just makes a really pretty card, I think. So that's why I wound up doing that. Okay, so just make sure you're all linked up down in the nooks and crannies. It's a kind of a big stamp here. So then I'm going to just press that down, and normally I would press this on here just to make sure, using my piercing pad. And there it is. And now what you're going to do is color. And I used the blends, and I used the Misty Moonlight and the Cinnamon Cider, Pear Pizzazz, and, well, actually I don't think I used the Pear Pizzazz. I used, what is this? Old Olive. No, this one is probably light Old Olive. I wound up just using the dark. And then the dark and light Daffodil. And so, to save time, I've already gone ahead and colored and cut it out. So that will go there. And then I'm going to take the jar that I just stamped, and I'm going to take the little piece of the jar and do it on the reversible side. So this is going to be solid, which I'm going to make to look like water. So I'm going to open up. This is Balmy Blue. And this again is the solid side of the block. So I'm going to stamp it off first because it just comes out really dark. I'll just stamp it off up here. And then I'm going to stamp it on. It looks really light until you stamp it on there, and you'll see it's just perfect. So there's that. And now what I need to do is color my stems. And I'm going to use the dark Old Olive and just color the stems. Just like that. There's not a whole lot of coloring now. I've got the most part. And then you just fussy cut because in this particular set, it's got the punch to punch out the jars so they didn't make dies. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to take the jar punch, open it up, and put it in so I can see where I want to punch this out at. Try to get it even. Looks good enough. And there's my jar. So next, I'm going to go ahead and pop up this piece with dimensionals. If I can grab them over here. All right, I need a different one. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to put them on the corners. And one in the center. I always like to have one just to hold the middle up. And then pull off the backs. And then I'm just going to put this on the card. Come apart, little guy. Here we go. There. And then I'm going to center it and have it just a smidgen up towards the top more than the bottom. That. And now I'm going to take the bottom of the jar and I'm going to pop up the jar as well. So I'm going to use a few of the dimensionals on the jar. And then I want it towards the bottom of that white piece that I just put on because I want to have room on the top to get my flowers. Okay, so I'm just going to put that about right there. And then my flowers, I'm going to put dimensionals on them as well. Have you noticed I like dimensionals a lot? Okay, so then pull these off. And then I'm just going to take it a little bit over the top of the rim of the jar. See there? Look how cute. Now I'm going to take some of the ribbon that came in the set Flowers for Every Season. This is the Misty Moonlight Baker's Twine. It also comes with the really pretty Just Jade gingham and a really neat linen. It's a whisper white 1/2-inch faux linen ribbon. Really, it works really nice. It just makes really pretty bows. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. And I did that ahead of time. And just tied a little bow. And now I just need a glue dot. Pick up a glue dot. And just put that in the center. And then I like that right there. And now I want to even up my ends. As you can see, these are not my ribbon cutting scissors. Once you cut paper with any scissors, they're not going to cut the ribbon very well. So I save a pair of my big ones, but I don't have them here at this moment. So next I'm going to use a stamp from Itty Bitty Birthdays. And this one says, "It's your day." It has lots of really cute little birthday sentiments. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to stamp this one in the Misty Moonlight so it will match the card. And I have already cut out a, what's this called? Stitched Nested label. And it was this one here. It's not the smallest, it's the next to the smallest size. I like the size of it to fit right in there without dominating the card. A lot of times I like big words on the card. This card I want smaller words. And I got it crooked. Let's do it again. Just the top side. And the If I don't do it this time, then too bad. And I did it again. Oh well. That goes right there. And I'm going to pop that one up too. And what I do is I pop it up on this end, and then on the other side, you could do a glue dot or just some of the Stampin' Snail. So I'm going to put that there. Pull the back off of this one. And just put that at an angle like that. And then I like to finish it off with some of the holiday rhinestones, and these are the blue. I'm not sure, I don't remember right off what blue it is, but it matches. So I'm just going to put one on here and here, and then how about one up here? There. Very cute. So on your inside, since I used the white base, you don't have to worry about putting the card on the inside. And on the other cards, I did happy birthday. So I think I'm going to do It's Your Day. Okay. So let's just do this like that. Yep. Let's see what this does. Very good. How cute is that? And there's your card. And then too, what I decided to do was to put a little Winkastella, here's one, on the flowers. And I put them on the whole flower here. You could have done it earlier if you wanted to. I started to, and then I decided to wait so I wouldn't forget to tell you. If you like to use Winkastella, it really makes some glimmer and shimmer. And there's your card. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you'll try to make this card yourself. It's really pretty easy, especially with the jar punch. And the flowers, you could always just stamp on the card if you wanted to. I've made one before, and it was also using the sunflowers, and just did a little different. I just stamped it directly on the piece. And this one, I did use the punch, but I just glued it down flat. So there's a couple of different cards for you, and then the other ones that I made with the same as this one. So let me know how you like it, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.